Back in December of 1976, a fellow named Mel Tappan printed an article in Guns and Ammo magazine. This is where this is coming from. Make preparations in advance. You never have trouble if you are prepared for it. And what brought that to my attention tonight, a couple of comments on a video I put up, but it's something else. Do you realize that if we got into a nuclear war, the president and the people close around him, staff and all that, they got bunkers to go to. What do you got to go to? Huh? Nothing. Now, it only made sense, instead of sending all this foreign aid and money and stuff overseas, that we would plan ahead so that we could save the people of the United States. What's the use of having a president who's alive and breathing only for the reason to surrender our country to somebody else because the whole population's dead? Think about that. I can remember in the 70s, maybe the mid-70s, when they did away with the civil defense plans that we had. They used to stockpile food and water and radios and all that stuff into different places that people could go to and live. They dropped that. They dropped that a long time ago. It's time to bring this back. You see what's going on in this world? Anything can happen. And I mean anything. There was a time when we didn't worry so much because of there was enough oceans between us and our enemies that pretty slim chances of them, catching us by surprise. But today, you've got jets and missiles and everything else that you don't have a whole lot of time. So, here they are, they protect the president. What's he got to live for? If nobody else out here is protected, except him, he's got nothing to govern. Nothing to govern. Think about that, people. So when they put this thing out, like I said, in 1976, this is, let's see. We've got to consider the fact that almost 90% of the American people live in cities. Their food and clothing come from the labor of others. Various forms of energy are processed and delivered to their homes by others. The shelter they live in was probably built by others. It's protected by fire and others from intrusion more or less successfully by others. Because of this common interdependence, we completely lose sight of how vulnerable we really are. Through our own direct efforts to provide the core necessities which we require to support our lives. Without really being aware of it, most of us have subcontracted almost all of our life support activities to other people, corporations, government bodies, and machines. And that creates a sense of frustration in modern man. It's life-threatening if we have any interruption of these vital services. What would you do, say, a week from next Wednesday? There's no gasoline at the pumps, no food in the supermarket, no electric power or city water, the banks were all closed. A mob had formed in the center of town, looting and burning out of frustration and fear. Could you and your family survive for even a few weeks where you are right now without any additional food or water, and perhaps no police or fire protection? It's something to think about. We are really, as a mankind, we're weak. We're weak. Man, they mentioned COVID, and these people, they go fanatic. Just think about this. Make your preparations in advance. That way, you'll have less trouble if you are prepared for it. Like I said, I was telling people before about, trying to stock up on things, but some people say, well, wait till the price drops down, then buy it. Well, that's great, unless it's never there again. And then you couldn't buy it for any kind of money. So stock up now on what you need. There's all kind of interruptions, stuff going for wars overseas. Nothing's being done to protect the people at home. That leaves you in charge. Don't worry about the president. He's on his own. Thanks for watching, guys. Just don't be naive. We are very vulnerable.